alright.
Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Big Ali right there. What, man, you are good. I will tell you that for sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Dale. You're welcome. Well, this is High Impact Radio, and it's our pleasure to have you in the studio. How you feeling?
Yeah, it feels really good to be here. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I've heard a lot. I mean, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta be there.
Uh-huh. And now you are here.
That's
That's great. That's great. Man, be shiny. Well, by the way, you can follow us on YouTube right now. Of course, you can get to see Big Ollie. We're streaming live on YouTube. Just search for High Impact 1021 FM. It's gonna pop up, and you'll see us live right now. Well, I have the man Big Ollie in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. And first off, I want to ask you, how did you come by your name, Big Ollie?
I mean, so my surname is Olagunju.
Oh,
Yeah, so I just wanted to feel like
Olagunju.
there is an Olagunju. There is that Ola in a big version, right?
All right.
Yeah, so
I'll tell you something, just a lighter note. When I was back in secondary school, there was this babe I used to really like. Her name was Adiola Olagunju. Maybe she's from your family.
I'm thinking like,
You never can tell, you
I'll
know.
tell for you. That's no problem.
Okay, but that's great. That's great. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So let's talk about your music real quick. The song we just played, Bumpo Die Rich.
Yeah.
What inspired that song?
I mean, I believe everybody has their own, what's it called now, their background and inspiration here. So, like I said in the song, it's just something that came out of me looking at my background and how things have been, right? And how I got here. I'm not there yet, but like what it took me to get here. Right? So it's not been easy. That's just what I'm trying to like say. And
So it's like a true story.
true story.
Okay.
For real, yeah.
All right. That's great. That's great. So how long have you been singing for?
Roughly 9 years.
9 years. Wow.
I was born into music, but yeah. 9
Oh
years.
shit! So you're one of those people who would say, "I've been singing since my mother's womb." You know, this is what I was born to do.
Yeah, something like that.
So 9 years professionally.
Yeah.
Professionally, how long?
That I chose my name. I mean, that I said, okay, yeah, I want to.
This
do
is what you want to do.
professionally. Yeah, about 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
So how many songs do you have now?
I mean, it's everywhere, but about 4 or 5 songs online. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is just amazing. You know, I like to hear when people have chosen a particular path in their life and then they are going through it and all of that. So now you have like 4 or 5 songs. Do you have any visuals for any of them?
I mean, nah.
Not yet.
yet, yeah.
Are you working on any?
Yeah, definitely. You'll say something soon.
Soon? How soon?
I
Is it
mean,
December, January,
I don't
or
actually
March?
want to put a date, but this year.
Because you
hopefully.
don't want to commit. Wait, this year? This is December.
That's what I'm saying. So I have things in plan, but let's just see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you working on an EP or an album or something?
Yeah, right now I'm working on an EP. Yeah, Sonic Art, by the way. It drops next year, very early next year. And
Okay.
I myself can't even wait to start listening to the playlist. So,
Okay. All right. That's great. That's great. I want to ask you a very tricky question.
yeah. Okay.
You know,
I hope it's not too tricky.
don't worry. It's not. It's not a
Alright.
big deal. But I just wanted to ask you
Alright.
that when was it for you that you decided this is what I want to do with my life? Like, there's always a turning point that you thought
Yeah.
about it and you're like, at the end of the day, this is me. This
is
is
what
what
I
I'm
want to
called into, and this is what I must do. When was it for you? And what inspired that?
I think that was just a few years back. I mean, it's a funny story that I feel like some other artists might have like experienced, right?
Okay.
It was the moment I had to like kneel down in the middle of my family, like just to tell them, "You, I want to do this music thing."
Oh,
And then,
wow.
like, my mom was like, "Nah, not hip hop." I'm like, "Mom, I'm doing this thing."
Hold on. Let me guess. Let me guess. Yeah, you're
Like,
from this Christian
yeah.
background. They
Proper
don't want you
Christian
to. Man, I can't imagine.
Proper. So I was like, yeah, for me to go through this, like I have to fight for it. Whatever it takes, it has to come out great, I mean, just to prove it to them, like, yeah. This is
Did
what
your
was
dad
like.
accept this too?
I'm not really with my dad, but yeah,
Oh.
he would have.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that, though.
Yeah.
So sorry. But I know that parents sometimes can just like to have their way when it comes
Yeah.
to, their kids wanting to go into music. And you won't blame them entirely because sometimes they just feel like, okay, what if you go into this music thing and it's not working
Yeah.
out for you?
Yeah.
What would you do? And all of that. So yeah, their skepticism is actually very valid.
valid,
Yeah. But now let's talk about your songs. Have you been using different producers or you stuck to one producer?
I have been using different producers. I mean, over time, I've used about 3 to 4 producers. Yeah, 3 basically that I'm confident in. Right. And I myself, I make some things, not big like that, but like, yeah, I produce too.
Oh, okay.
I start my beats myself, even before singing. Sometimes I record on them and share with the producer to like get their view,
Oh.
Yeah, but I use producers like 3 because
Okay, that's great.
yeah.
That's good to hear. Anyways, because sometimes some people would just be like, this guy, he gets me. He just
gets me.
he gets me. He just understands how I work. And once they discover such person, they just
They don't
want to
let the
stick to
person
that
go. Yeah,
person
yeah.
and all of that. But for me, I believe that having different spices just make the food make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
If somebody produces a song for you and you have another song, even though you want to stick to one producer, sometimes it just makes sense that you like let someone else try something else.
Something new,
You
yeah.
might just bring something entirely different
Yeah.
into that song and you'd love it after all. So I mean, how big are you on collaboration? Because I know that these days it just looks like everybody wants to collaborate with people
Yeah.
on a song or something. So
Yeah.
how big are you on collaboration, or do you have any collaboration yet?
I have one so far on the EP that is yet to come, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I have one. A good guy, very good guy. It wasn't even planned. So let me answer your question. I wasn't thinking of collaborating. I'm not really big on collaboration, but
Right.
I just want to discover myself to the point where when I tell you, yeah, let's work on something, you're like this guy has it already. Do you get? So I'm discovering me right now before the whole fame thing. So I'm not really stressing, trying to work out. But I have songs I've done with people, my guys, and all like that. Yeah. But
Still
not
on
really-
collaboration. I'll come back to this question
All right.
anyway. But hey, this is High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, and I'm having a conversation with Big Ollie right here in the studio. I mean, he's talking to us about his songs, himself, and yeah, we're just keeping it going. I still have a song that I'm gonna play from Big Ollie, so just stay tuned. Don't go
Yes, sir.
nowhere. All right, I'm the host. My name is O'Daniels. Nice to meet you. If you just joined the show, you're in the right place for sure, and don't go nowhere. Now, Big Ollie, I want to ask you, if you were to collaborate with, like, say, some 5 A-list artists in
5.
Nigeria and abroad right now, who would they be?
Top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm to choose one, right now, looking at the songs I have or that I have planned, that okay, I have a song and I would like this person on it. I see Ashake. I see A Thames.
Okay.
I see Burna Boy. The last 2, I see Rema. For you. I have a few artists that I like though, but yeah.
So these guys are all local. Any international artists?
For sure. Lucky Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Lucky Day. I listen to different genres, by the way. So Lucky Day, John Baptiste, John Bellion.
Those are solid guys you're calling.
So yeah, John Bellion, St. John. I mean, of course, one of my biggest guys, Justin Bieber.
Ah, wow.
So yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to ask because you called different names, singing different genres of
Yeah.
music. But for you, what genre is your favorite or the one you sing? I brought somebody here before who said the genre he sings is Afrovirus.
What?
I'm telling you,
That sounds venomous.
look, when he said Afrovirus, I laughed my heart laugh. I was like, "What is this? This is the
That's
first
really-
time I'm hearing this." So
Yeah.
I just like to ask people. Maybe you have something you call yours too, but what is your genre of music?
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to discover myself, but over time, realizing, I mean, I have this style with the songs I write, even if they are fast or slow. I feel like it's Afro soul, right? Because I tend to,
Afro soul.
yeah, I tend to.
So it
pass
reaches out. The
messages,
Afro beat reaches out to your soul.
yeah, and brings out true story type thing.
Right,
So, yeah.
right, right.
So yeah, I would say Afro soul. I like EDMs, Afro EDMs too. But like yeah, Afro soul major.
Okay. Now you're not signed into any record deal yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But are you looking forward to it?
I
I know it's a very tricky one because